Okay, today I'm going to knock out the DNS servers. Actually, what is the DNS server and how it works, and the mode of the DNS server, and as well as how many types of the DNS server we can configure in the rhel. We have already discussed about the DNS server, actually how to configure the DNS server, how to configure DNS server, and what is a DNS server. Okay, as we know about the DNS server. In one sentence, okay, we can call the DNS server is one of the translator, or it is one of the database of public IP address. Or in other words, it is a naming server. Allow you to translate name to IP and IP to name. And another word, you can say the DNS is one of the resolve word, named resolve word. Okay, computer understand, and a network computer understand IP address, and computer is comfortable with the IP address, and human being is human being comfortable with name, or in other words, English. So there is a barrier, okay? There is a gap between the human being and computers. There is a gap. The gap is computers normally ask for IP address to resolve any type of the query, to respond to any type of the query. But a human being be compatible with the name or English. So where is the differences or gap between the computer and human beings? So to create the solution, the two type of the understanding, to create a solution, we need to have the database. We need to have the database. Database is called normally public IP address. Public IP database. Why I'm going to call, or I'm going to tell you the public IP address, because of normally we use the DNS server for the public network, not private network. If you are working in the enterprises network, if you are working in the production environment, then okay, it will be the chances to use the DNS server. Otherwise, everybody use the public DNS server. If I have the 1,000 computers, or I have the data center in my lane network, this is my DC one, and I have a lot of server over here, 1,000 of server over here, and 1,000 of the client computer over here. And I'm over here. This is me. I cannot remember all of this computer with the IP address. Okay, one IP address can be remembered, two IP address can be remembered, maximum, okay, 5 IP address can be remembered. I can remember maximum 5 to 10 IP address. But the more than 5 IP address, I cannot remember. So to make the rememberable, to make the comfortable for me, what we can do, we can set the DNS server. And we can create the database database should exist the IP address equal to name, name equal to IP address. These two translation performed by the DNS server. The DNS server as a services or it is a server allow you to translate name to IP, IP to name. In other words, it is also called the FQDN to IP and IP to FQDN. What is the FQDN? FQDN is a name convention or naming convention. The name with the DNS server or name with the DNS with the proper name or complete absolute name is called the FQDN. The full form of the FQDN is, or it stands for fully qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name. In other words, you can say the name, DNS name with absolute path or absolute DNS name is called the fully qualified domain name. So how we can write the FQDN name? Like this way. Like this is my server and I want to put the name with the server. My DNS name is cisco.com. This is my TLD. TLD means top level domain. Okay, this is my name, TLD name. If I want to integrate my cisco.com domain with this first server, then I have to give the name like this. This server name is, for example, server 12. So here, the full name, okay, the full name can be written like this way. srb12.cisco.com. If we write the DNS name like this way, with this format, with this path, as absolute path, this is called the FQDN. FQDN means actually what is the server name and what is the domain name. The server name plus domain name is called FQDN name, fully qualified domain name. To translate the FQDN to IP, IP to FQDN. But normally we see or we do face an internet or in public network like this way, www.cisco.com. This is the TLD, okay? And this means it's public. Okay, it's the connector. It's like a connector or injector. It's called the connector injector. Actual name is a www.cisco.com. No, sorry, cisco.com, only cisco.com. And if you want to know about the FQDN of the Cisco, then you have to search or you have to dig the cisco.com domain, okay? Like this. It could be or might be ns12.cisco.com this way. It's FQDN name. ns13. It could be cisco.com. This is FQDN name. Okay. So in first explanation, I told you about all of you. The DNS is a naming services. Allow you the ability to translate name to IP and IP to name. The second thing is, in simple words, it is a public IP database. Okay, and third, FQDN to IP, IP to FQDN. This is your primary function, or primary performance, or primary purpose of the DNS server. So FQDN to IP So IP to FKDN, simple. So in the public network environment, this is my service provider. I have the server over here, multiple server. Let's suppose to, this is my cisco.com, and this one is my yahoo.com, and this one is my rhel.com and microsoft.com. And I'm connected with the another service providers, another internet 2, it is the internet 1. This is my laptop. First, basically, you have to know the ISP and server connected with the layer 1 cable. And second, they use the switch and MAC address is layer 2. And finally, they use the layer 3 IP address. If these computers, okay, wants to publish by the Cisco in the internet, then IP address must be the public IP address over here. Public IP address has to be assigned in this server. After assigning the public IP on the server, then after this server can be available in the internet. Otherwise, I cannot reach with the server from the public networks. This is a simple funda, okay? And after layer 3, the layer 4 normally map the port number, and the same way layer 5, layer 6, okay, they are normally software layers, so I don't want to discuss over here. And final layer 7. In the layer 7 case, is a user layer. Whenever I reach on the layer 7, then I have to care about user. User should be able to reach to cisco.com with comfortable way, with easy way. To make the easy, what I have to do, I have to buy the domain name cisco.com, and that domain name should be registered with the DNS with the public IP address. So this is my DNS server. DNS server should be exist in the internet. Okay, so this is my DNS server as a like a root DNS server, root.dns1, okay, dns1.org. For example, this is my root DNS server, okay, and this server is responsible to hold the entire public IP address and namings domain name, okay, in the internet. So I have to put the my cisco.com domain like this way. For example, my public IP address is 4444444, and this public IP address should be mapped with the cisco.com 4444444 with the cisco.com. And then after mapping this, then I have to assign this DNS server IP address on my laptops. For example, this is my laptop and this is my internet. I need to have the one routers, and router create the boundary with the internet, and my inside network side, it has to be for private IP address 1.1, and the laptop is 1.2, and DNS server is 444. But this is not mandatory, okay? This is not mandatory to put the 44444. And sometimes in some cases, in many companies in the recent computer industries and computer science, they have the server and they have the complete root DNS cloning system, okay? And we can also use this cloning root, 8.8.8.8.8. I mean, this is a server of the Google, and this Google server DNS server, I'm only take the update from the root DNS server. Actually, root DNS server is a public DNS server, okay? This is the server, but not for profit, not for governed by the companies. This is a completely ORG server. I think actually I'm quite confusion. I think it is 13 root DNS server available in the world. 13 to 14, okay? I'm not accurate with this. I think it's 13, okay? 13 root DNS server exist in the worldwide to manage and to contain the all the record of the entire name to IP and IP to name. Then after I have to give the now after assigning the DNS server, this is the optional. I can assign the DNS server of this public DNS server IP address over here, or either I can use the cloning DNS server. Okay, 8.8.8. Let me use the cloning DNS server. 8.8.8 is my IP address. Then after I can access my DNS services, then I can give the cisco.com on my browser. Automatically browser create the session with my cisco.com domain, okay? But before the creating the session with cisco.com, it goes to the root DNS server or cloning DNS server, and then cloning DNS server divert to my request toward the cisco.com, and cisco.com reply to me with the complete name and IP. Name plus IP means cisco.com plus IP address. Then in a inside or in a backing side, there is still communicate. They communicate with IP to IP, but in front of the user side or in the application side, in application we can only see the domain name cisco.com. This is the complete process of the DNS. Okay, and the first time in the world, University of California they developed they developed the DNS name. Okay, Berkeley. They developed the DNS server. The professor of the University of Berkeley, University of California Institute of Sciences, Berkeley developed the DNS server. And later, this technology transfer to the IETF. This is the open DNS server. Open means open technologies. Anybody can use on there are technologies, no problem. But we cannot create the pattern. We cannot put the pattern. Okay, open means you can use. Okay, you can implement, you can utilize the services, but you cannot create the pattern. You cannot make the pattern. Actually, you cannot tell to the whole world as a DNS server is my technologies. Okay, for use the DNS server, you have to pay to me. You cannot sell like that way. It is a services, or it is a policy in open mode. That means you should not pay to anybody, but you cannot create the pattern also. So this is the open services. And even Microsoft by default, Microsoft, Cisco, and Linux, and whole of the technologies of whole of the world, even Oracle, everybody use the DNS services. So in the recent time, without DNS server, we cannot imagine the standard of the internet. Okay, actually the internet is in very advanced mode in present time. Anybody can use the internet with easy way, easy method, and easily they can call any server with the DNS name. Okay, if there is no DNS server, then normally internet development came to the 20 years backward or 30 years backward. Okay, then the present time of internet development. So this is the important, okay, for everybody. So the founder of the DNS server is called the University of California, Berkeley, and later after developing the DNS server, they told they linked to these technologies to the IETF organization. And not IETE is the IEEE. Okay, IEEE is a normally board of the open protocol board. Open protocol number develop open protocol standardized open protocol controlled by the IEEE. Okay, this is the goal of the open protocol. And now, whenever we use the DNS server, in a Microsoft or Cisco or anywhere in the world, in over any vendor, we can see the one of the file name is called the bin. Bin, okay. Bin stands for Berkeley. Is the name of the place, Berkeley. Internet what? Domain. It's called a Berkeley, okay. Berkeley. Bin. The name of the package, okay, is a bin. They did put the name of the package of the DNS bin, okay. It's a name after, okay, derived name of Berkeley, okay, bin. So whenever we go on the Microsoft or whenever we go on the Cisco or any other technologies, then the package name is called bin. Even in the Microsoft also it's called bin, okay. We cannot change the name of the package. It must be the bin, okay. And before in ancient time, the one of the important thing we should discuss in ancient time, and in the past time, or you can say the 20 years back, 30 years back, 40 years back, how the human or how the internet user was used to access the server. 20 years, 30 years, okay, ago, there was no DNS server in the internet. So when the time they used one of the file system or one of the folder file, the file name was a host.txt. This file still exists in the Linux or Windows. By default, this file stays in the blank mode. Blank means the file without any type of the database. It comes with the blank file. Okay, blank file means the file without any type of the information. When we install the Linux, when we install the Microsoft or any operating system, the host file exists in our operating system, and this file comes without the database information. Because of this file's responsibility completely overridden, replaced by the DNS server. In a Linux, the host file can be accessed or can be reached on the etc folder. The name of the folder is called etc. As we know, the etc is the main folder of the Linux, etc. etc host.txt. txt, okay. But this txt doesn't appear, okay, in the rhel, only host, okay, in the rhel. And okay, Windows, you have to go on, I think it's a C drive and Windows folder, system 32 and etc something and drivers, and then after host file, okay, you can reach on the host file something. Let me, okay, see the Windows first. C drive, Windows, system 32, drivers, not etc, drivers, and then after etc, and then host. This is the notepad compatible file, so I'm going to choose the notepad. This is the name of the file, okay. This file is blank file, because all of the syntax or all of these primers, okay, has been commented by the hash sign. So this means there is a nothing, nothing database exists on this file, okay. This is the file name. This file name was used by the internet user before the 30 years ago, 20 years ago, okay, when there was a internet appearing in the internet world. So how to use this file? First, there was one of the server in the internet, and okay, I'm 30 years back now. First, there was a one server. The server, okay, used to place on internet, and I'm over here. Okay, I'm the laptop. Oh, sorry, I'm desktop users. I have the desktop over here and modem, and ISP normally used to borrow for the media or for the WAN connection on that time, okay, for the telco. I mean, the telco infrastructure was to use to by the ISP to reach server to client telco. First, I had to download the host file from this server, host file from this server, okay, manually, giving the IP address from the FTP or HTTP from this server. And when I successfully download the host file, then on the host file there was 1,000 or 10,000 of the IP address and name and IP address, and that file database, okay, I should overwrite on my local host file. Means after downloading the host.txt file from the respected or dedicated server, then that file should be override or should be placed on my local host file. Local host file means the present host file. Oh, sorry, my computer host file. My computer hosts.txt file. Means in other words, this file should be replaced by this file, okay? And then after, I can access the internet, okay? I could access the internet at that time. This was the solution. But later, this type of the naming translation, naming conversation, or naming convention, naming solutions completely replaced by the DNS. D stands for domain, N stands for naming, S stands for systems, system or server. The system and server is not great differences, okay? First, we have to create the system, and that system should be implemented on the server, and the same of the system, okay, we can call as a server. Server means the system has to be implemented on the server. Okay, it can be called as a now server. The present time is called the DNS. And there is regarding the DNS, okay, let's enter in the DNS in that. Regarding the DNS, to discuss about the DNS, let me go inside the DNS, okay. First, you have to understand there is a two major file. There is a two major file has to be or need to be complete on the DNS, need to be exist on the DNS. The first file name is a forward lookup job. Second file is called reverse lookup job. This two file is a primary file, a major file used by the DNS. Forward lookup job is a database of the DNS. It is a database base of DNS, okay, used to translate the name to IP. Means if somebody wants to know about what is yahoo.com. What is the yahoo.com? Then the answer can be replied, or this query can be replied with the help of the forward lookup joins. It's called forward lookup joins. Means if the user asks for IP2, if his query regarding to the name to IP, then this type of the queries can be resolved using the forward lookup joins. Okay, for reverse lookup join, if the queries would come 112.69.89.40, actually what is the name of this IP address? This is public IP address, and I want to know whether this IP address is registered with the domain name or not. If this IP address is registered with the domain name, then what is the domain name of this IP address? This type of the queries, DNS queries, can be solved or can be resolved by the reverse lookup join. There is two types of the join in the DNS. First is forward lookup join, and second is the reverse lookup join. Okay, don't forget this one. This is important join. This primary join, core join. Okay, of the DNS server. Forward lookup join and reverse lookup join. I have to configure forward lookup join and as well as reverse lookup join. But reverse lookup join is not more used as compared to forward lookup join, because whenever somebody wants to go on internet, okay, they don't use the IP address. They directly use the facebook.com, google.com, yahoo.com, gmail.com, twitter.com, something, okay, like that. Okay, so this join normally used more and more than this one. So forward lookup join is use the greater than the reverse lookup join. So this file is a mandatory. We can bypass this one, okay? In present time, we can bypass. If you don't have the reverse lookup join, then it's okay. We can use still we can use the DNS server, no problem. But there is a condition, okay? The condition is reverse lookup join. If you want to create the reverse lookup join, or if you want to put your server IP in reverse lookup join, for example, you have the domain name is xyz.com. Let me create the small scenarios over here. If you have the domain name is xyz.com, and you want to create the reverse lookup join, okay, of the xyz.com, then xyz.com domain must have the static IP address, okay? If you are using the shared IP address, then shared IP address cannot be placed on the reverse lookup join database. Static IP address must, okay, for the reverse lookup join, because reverse lookup join, to resolve the reverse lookup join, you need to have the separate public IP address, separate public IP for your domain. If you are going to host any website with the developer or with the software consultancy, then even you can host your website with the shared public IP address. I mean, the thousands of the website can be hosted on the single website, a single IP address. So if you are using the shared IP address, public IP address, then you cannot put the reverse lookup join, okay, for that your domain. Why? Because reverse lookup join require or need to have the absolute path to reach the server. So share public IP address, okay, do not create with you the absolute path, okay, for your server. So for reverse lookup join, you must have the public IP address, dedicated public IP address, okay. But to reduce the cost of the website, you cannot use the okay, you can bypass the static public IP address. You can use the shared public IP address with the no problem. Still, you can host your website in the internet. This is the two major file, okay? Forward lookup join and reverse lookup join. And the second topic is we have to go on the DNS zone record. Zone record or zone file, okay? Zone records. How to identify the zones record? Actually, how the record does work. Actually, what is the records and how to keep the record in the DNS. But before, okay, going to on the DNS zone record, you have to aware with the some of these okay, terms in the terminology. Let's discuss on with the for okay those terminology first. Some terms and terminology. You have to understand, okay, the first terminology is what? Servers, server types. There is a lot of server type. There is a lot of server type that exists in the network. The popular server are like name server. It is install DNS server. DNS server is also called the name server in other words. Name server, exchange server, okay? Exchange server, name server, file server, web server. A lot of types of server exist in the network and internet. But in some server cases, you have to give the extra keyword of marking in the DNS zone record. But normally, if you want to point the host or for just the IP address, then only if there is IP before, then you have to give the just A. A means the simulation or represent form of the IP address or IP before, like a 10.1.1.1 is my IP address, and this IP address can be held by the just A value. Every value have the meaning in the DNS zone record A. If there is IPv6, then 4 times A, 32-bit, 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 and 32-bit. Total 128-bit, 4 times A. And if there is a exchange server, then DNS record, you have to keep the record of the DNS like this way, MX, mail exchanger. It means the exchange server or mail server, email server. Normally, you call the email ID, email address. I will do the email, okay? The emailing is called exchange server, okay? In deployment mode, called exchange server. For exchange server, you have to give the keyword is MX, mail exchanger, okay? If you want to point, you want to create the absolute path. Absolute path means complete path. Then you have to give the PTR. PTR means you are going to the specific server to the specific IP address. If you want to point your specific servers with the specific IP address to the reverse lookup or reverse lookup zone, then you have to give the PTR. PTR is pointer. You are gonna to point your server name with the reverse lookup zone, okay, with the specific IP address is called the PTR. There is some terminology, okay, and NS keyword used for the name server. DNS servers is one record or DNS server information can be put or can be set as the just NS name server. NS means name server is one record. When one means is one. After he record like a, okay, he put as a NS name server. Okay, these are some record you have to know. Okay, basic record. Advanced record can be easily find out in the IET, RHCE website. But these are the very basic records, DNS records, keyword or record representation. Okay, you have to know. If you want to put the nickname means canonical name. For example, Saugar Pandey. This is the full name, okay? It's a legal name. It could be the legal name. It is citizenship name. It might be the citizenship name, but he can put the nickname also, another name, okay? Any name he can put, like Kancha, for example, okay, or like a Bhai. Any name he can put the is equal to the real name, okay. In some cases, in some newspaper, you can read or you can find out sometime in some newspaper as a like a Saugat Pandey or like a Chari Don, okay, like this way. This is like a nickname. It's called a nickname. Nickname means it's also called C name. C name. This can be nickname can be put in the DNS zone as a C name. C stands for canonical. NAME name means name. Canonical name means if you want to create the custom name or nickname, then you have to put the what name? C name. It's called canonical name. Okay, canonical name stands for the nickname. So there is a lot of type of the record. The first zone is a forward lookup zone. Second is reverse lookup zone. And the both zone use the same type of the name system, same type of the record type. Record type. Same as a like A, 4 times A, so 3 times A, MX, NS, C name, like this. Now, second thing is what? Domain name convention or DNS name convention. DNS name, naming convention or naming rule. In simple word, it's called a rule, naming rule. In present time, okay, there's a lot of type of convention, lot of type of the domain name can be available, can be purchased from the reseller. But this type of the name normally controlled by the INA. I don't know about the present type of the naming convention. You can okay, you can go on the internet and you can self update the recent type of the naming convention, naming rule. But I know okay about the okay, one step back naming convention. According to one step back naming convention, there are 3 types of naming convention. The first name is like a generic name. Second type is a ARPA name. Third type is a country. Generic name means the name which is normally can be used by anybody, can be repeat like this. When you want to go, okay, buy the DNS name, when you want to put the DNS name for your organization, then okay, you should use the normal generic name, okay. But there is a lot of extension in the present time about the generic name, okay. But 10 years ago, 6 years ago, there was only the 6 or 7 types of the generic name. The first is .com. Any name with .com, .edu, .net, .org, .gov, .mil. Okay. .com means the domain which is running by the purpose of the commercial purpose. Edu means educational institution. Net means network activities organization. ORG means not for profit, open for all organization. GOV means government organization. ML means military organization. Military means army. It's the army organization. So if you want to buy the domain name for your organization, then you have to think about the generic name. And this name is reserved. This has been reserved. It have been reserved for the reverse lookup query. means we cannot use we cannot buy the ARPA name, ARPA naming convention. Okay, this is the use for the reverse lookup. There is a place in the DNS, it's called the reverse lookup zone, and this zone normally translate and hold by this naming system. Okay, if you open for the ARPA name, then we cannot resume, we cannot uh, allow the reverse lookup query, reverse lookup query. So this name should be the reserved for the reverse lookup. Country name means like a .np for Nepal, .in for India, .jp for Japan, .us for US, .uk for UK. Okay. I don't know about the China. Okay. I don't know about the other country, but I know some of the country name NP, IN, JP, US, UK like this. And there was some auxiliary or some supporting rule also, some supporting extension generic name also. Those are like this: .info, .aero, .museum, like XXX, uh, .pro. This is for the information related website. Okay, information related website can be put as a info, like a Nepal.info. We can put our country information domain name like this: aero, airlines industries, or aero industries can be put as a aero. Okay, museum means the museum website. XXS means pornography website. Pro means professional website. Okay, like a chartered accountant, doctor, okay, engineer, and interior designer, architect. Okay, those type of professional can be put is extension of the domain like a pro. Okay, museum. But this is not a strict rule. Okay, in some site, for some extension, there is a strictness. Like I think .gov we cannot buy, .mil we cannot buy. Okay, rather than .gov and mil, other website extension like .net we can buy easily, .org we can buy easily, .com we can buy easily. Okay, .edu we can buy easily. Okay, I think these are available easily for everybody. For I think for this, okay, you have to submit the government document. Okay, certified document, valid document from the government. It's very simple. These are the naming convention or naming rule. Naming rule, DNS naming rule means how we can what the DNS name we can put, how we can buy the DNS name. Okay, so naming rule. The last thing is what? DNS namespace. DNS namespace is like an space or is extension of the DNS. XYZ is my domain name and dot. This dot is called namespace. Okay, and this namespace you have to give in everywhere. .com. This is a space. Okay, namespace. Name after dot namespace. Namespace means the separation section. This dot separate your name and extension. Okay, this is called the namespace. Dot. Dot is called namespace. And one more thing, DNS query. Actually, what is the DNS query? The DNS query means the query generated from the client to server. This is my DNS server. and this is my DNS client. Whenever DNS client wants to go on server, then the DNS client should generate the queries. There's a two types of the queries. The first query is called the iteration query. Number two, recursive query. Lane to lane, lane to lane, lane to lane. Within the lane query is called iteration query, and lane to lane is normally called the recursive query. Whenever we go on the internet, then we have to, okay, we have to create the query for DNS. It's called recursive query. Within the lane, inside the lane is called iteration query. There is two types of DNS query. One is iteration query, second is recursive query. DNS server deployment. We can deploy our DNS server in many more, for many purposes, okay? For primary purpose, the primary purpose are number one, master DNS server, slave DNS server, casting DNS server, root DNS server, forwarder DNS server. There's a lot of type DNS server, okay? But most used DNS server are master DNS server, slave DNS server, and caching only. These are the most used in the industries. But these root DNS server, forwarder DNS server is the same as like a master DNS server and slave DNS server, but it's quite different. This is what, okay, they should be the forward to the specific DNS server. Okay, it's called forwarder DNS server. Root DNS server means the worldwide DNS server. Still there is okay, 3 or 4 type DNS server are left. Okay, so we will cover those of the DNS server in the MCSE also. In MCSE, we will discuss about the other DNS server is Windows engineering. But now in the RHCE examinations, only master DNS server and caching only DNS server is important, rather than other are not important. Okay. Today I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to set up the two types of the DNS server. Number one is how to configure master DNS server. Number two, slave DNS server. Master is the main DNS server. So what are the relationship with the master and slave? Let me draw a small picture for you to understand the role of the master and slave DNS server. Let's say this is my master DNS server and this is my slave DNS server. Master means the main DNS server, the root DNS server, or central DNS server, independent DNS server. It's not dependent with any other DNS server. It's called master DNS server. He can create, he can put, he can manage his all the entries, all the database by himself. Okay. Slave DNS server means everything, whatever the DNS record he has, okay, he has to copy from the master DNS server. And whenever this DNS server, okay, will get failed, then still I can go with the slave DNS server. It's called slave DNS server. Slave is it's like a backup DNS server. So first I have to create the master DNS server, and then after I have to point to the what is my slave DNS server, okay? And then after on slave side, I have to create some configuration. Then I have to successfully create the slave DNS server. How to create the master DNS server? The first step, set up the set the static IP address. Static IP address. Number 2, set proper name, proper computer name or your host name. Third, do entry on host file, okay? Host file for best practice. And number 4, install the bin package. Install the bin package from the yum or from the dbt. And number 5, create forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. And do start your DNS. This is a step, okay? We have already covered this step. So I'm going to get the faster. I'm going to configure it in faster, okay? Because we have the limited time now. If there is any doubt, okay, you can dig me or you can bug me, no problem. Let's set up the static IP address over here. This should be appear. This should be saved on this file after restarting your network. Station 30.212, station 212. Okay, I think I did put the 222. Not 222, okay, it's 212. A good practice, do not forget to enter the host entry, okay? Before the configuring DNS server. IP address and your DNS name. First is FQDN name. The last one is what? Your host name. I have the proper host name, is station212.cisco.com. For good practice, do not put the default gateway IP address. Don't assign the default gateway IP address because it's a lane DNS server. It will the chances to go out the internet. So to resolve your DNS, so don't put the default gateway IP address. Angela, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
If you put the default gateway on your lab and demonstration, then it will be the chances to go out on internet, and then it will resolve. And you will think as my lab is going on so far so good, but in actually, he will be resolving from the root DNS server, means internet DNS server. 212, I should not be reachable with the internet for good practice. Yes. And my DNS entry, let me check DNS entry. Resolve.conf, I'm going correct. Okay, I'm good now. 3.222, this means whatever the naming query is, okay, naming query is generated by this computer, naming queries arise from this computer, then the naming queries should be resolved by this IP address or this server, and my domain is cisco.com. And second thing is what? If config IP address is correct, 212 should be the API, 212 is here, okay. And then next is what? Host entry. BIM/etc host. Okay, the host entry should be correct this way. The first is FQDN entry, second is only host entry. Do not forget to your entry on the host file. And the last thing is what? Let me access the server from the PuTTY. I like to use my server with PuTTY. Yes. I have to configure the master DNS server first. Let me check the DNS package. RPM query, bind. Bind is already there. Name is not there. So let's install the bind. It comes with the bind package. Okay, it's already installed, no problem. Named install, not install. Name, I think the name should not be installed over here. Yum install, bind. Yum update. There is no package for update, no problem. So it is already installed. I think we had configured the DNS server, caching DNS server on this computer. So the package is there in my server. So I should not install again the package because it's already installed. So let's go on the configuration file. As we know, our main configuration file is a BIM, BIM/etc name.com conf. And here I have to create one small policy. This is your optional, okay? If you don't want to create policy, then no problem. But for me, I have the habit, or I have the I have always have one habit. I always create a policy for the DNS, okay, queries. ACL, my lane, or any name you can give, any name. It's my lane or any name, my lane. Okay. It means my DNS server should be queries within this my lane, okay, ACL, my lane, okay, string under the my lane. IP address 192.168.30.0/24. This means within this network, this block, and I have to close this syntax. It's okay. The next is what? Listen on the listen side. Whatever queries arise from for me, or whatever queries arise for me, or whatever queries passes to me or comes to me, then I have to resolve my queries with using the database of the DNS of 30.212. Means this host will be the responsible to what? Resolve my query 30.212. And this is the for IP basics. Okay. If you don't want to this one, then you can delete this one. No problem. Allow query. Okay, here is any syntax is here. Any means anywhere in the world, worldwide. But I don't want to query it anywhere. I want to bring down my query under the my lane string. Okay. And the second thing is, you are going to create the slave DNS server. You are going to create a slave DNS server. So allow the query, allow the transfer. Transfer, what is the transfer? Let me check the transfer. Is there any transfer line? Transfer syntax? Anyone? Anybody can help me? Transfer, where is the transfer? If there is no line, or there is no line under this part is a transfer line, then let's add the line, one more line. The line is what? Transfer. Allow transfer, I think small t, transfer, and let's close the syntax, open the syntax, localhost, and IP address. What is the IP address of slave? I don't have the IP address right now. I think 222. Let's plan the 40.222. This IP address will be going to be my slave DNS server. And close the syntax. This line you have to add for the slave. Let's save the configuration file. And for good practice, okay, let's check the what? Syntax. Name check. Check config. No problem. So far, so good. Name, hyphen name, check config, and etcname.conf. This means whether I'm going to wrong or not. Actually, if there is nothing shown by system, then it means you are going to correct. You are correct. Now we have to map the RHCE file. We have to go on RHCE file. I think bim/etc name.rhc 1912 Johns, and let's entry host entry. O entry, record entry. This can be used for the what? Forward lookup, John. How to know if there is a line or a sample file comes with the IP address, then use this syntax for the reverse lookup. And if there is no IP address is showing, then you can use this for the forward lookup. Angel out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Skip 5 times YY. Paste. Now let's put our DNS name. It should be the what? DNS name cisco.com. This is my TLD name. Type master. Master is primary DNS name, and file name or .cisco.com forward forward okay, forward lookup joins, allow update known. I don't want to get update from anywhere. And then for reverse, copy this line, pipeline, skip pipeline YY, and then finally paste over here. Let's create a small space over here, zone, and for reverse, type master, and its okay, name is what? Reverse.cisco.com, update known, and IP address. .168.192. It's okay. It's okay. Forward lookup and reverse lookup. Okay, let's create the actual zone file. cd var name. You can see there is a many file, but okay, just do note the two file. The first is name.localhost. Okay, this can be used for the forward lookup sample. Forward lookup. And name.loopback, this use this file sample can be used for the reverse lookup. There is two zones, okay, two file. You should copy. Inside this file, there is a sample zones. So how we can create the zone? Okay, inside this file there is a sample. So let's copy the sample. cp-p name.localhost or.cisco.com.cp-p name.loopback is reverse.cisco.com. And just edit the forward.cisco.com and reverse.cisco.com as per our information. As per our information, I know about the, we have to put some information. We have to edit Cisco.com. You have to give the FQDN name over here. So let's give the name station 212.cisco.com dot, and then root is my domain name, sorry, username. Who will be going to manage my DNS server dot Cisco cisco.com dot. So serial number, refresh time 1 day, retry 1 hour, expire 1 week, 3 hours. It's a record, okay? Record information. NS name server. It's one information, okay? 212.cisco.com. IP address. I don't need the IPv6 right now. Save this one and go on reverse lookup done. The first line will be same. NS. This will be also same, no problem, okay? This is our IP address, okay? Reverse IP address, 212. It was left on the first file. So you have to fulfill from here. I don't think there is some mistakes over here. So let's restart. Let's start the DNS. There is some issue. What is the issue? 212. Station 212 cisco.com, cisco.com, cisco.com. I think I don't need this one.
तो माथि @ डिस्टर्ब भइरहेको छ।
Okay. This is optional, okay? The rate you can okay, the footer you can remove, no problem. Station ST station 212 cisco.com dot. Yes. Let's check the DNS. Take cisco.com. Why is the mistake over here now?
cisco.com हो यता स्टेसन 12 मा cisco.com होला। अब तल लेखि पनि हुन्छ।
We did map the wrong DNS IP address, right? It's still 212. Why is that changing? 212. Oh, now it's okay. 212. We did okay. We did set the display. Okay, wrong DNS IP address. Okay, on our local computer. Router.
देखिसकेको थियो कि नै
This should be shown. Okay, router, no error. By mistakenly, okay, but unfortunately, I did set the wrong DNS IP address on my
सर आइपी लाई डिग गर्दा पनि आउनु पर्छ हैन
What?
आइपी लाई डिग गर्दा के
That is reverse lookup done. This is the reverse lookup done, right? Now for secondary DNS server, slave DNS server, we have to move on next computers. Yes, sir. This is 222. Same as first. We have to install the package. Yum install what? Bin. It has to be installed on computers. Next is set the static IP address. Remove the gateway. Don't put the gateway. Okay. It will be chances to go the outside of the internet. Angel, yes up. 212. I'm getting the confusion with the 212 and 222. No problem. And do the restart. Two one two. This is my primary DNS server. No error. Package has been installed. So no worry for package. Same go to the DNS configuration file. And this is optional, okay? If you don't want to configure DNS server with ACL base, then no problem, okay? Don't okay, create the ACL. But I love to create the configure my DNS server with the ACL name. I have to listen with listen to my primary DNS server. Yes, sir. My lane is my string keyword. And just write some line under this file. As per our primary DNS server. John.com IN type flip file no problem. You can give the any name forward.cisco.com or fwd.cisco.com, any name, okay? Same name, you can give the same name with master, no problem. It's optional, depend upon you. And my master DNS server IP address, I think I have to put the master. Who is my master? Let's close the syntax. I don't think I have to, I have to close the syntax. Reverse 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line. I think it's correct. Before going to start the DNS server, let's check the syntax. Line number 58, there is issue. Already exists the previous definition. 58.
FYR हुन्छ कि FWD हुन्छ?
या तो फाइल को नाम दे सकते हैं हमने।
We can put any name, Rahul. No problem. This is the issue, okay? This line is not accepting by our syntax. Why? Zone CISC score is okay. No issue. IN, no issue. And type slave, SLAVE slave, no issue. File ciscu.com /.forward, no problem. Masters, no problem. Syntax has been closed. It should not be the issue here. Oh. We did great mistake. Yes, up.
हजुर
We did great mistake over here. The reverse format is wrong right here, right? What is the format? What should be the format?
फर्मेट त्यो डट आर्पा वाला हुन्छ हैन?
Yes. Sometimes overconfidence will kill you, Keshav.
उल्टो आइपी एड्रेस अनि डट आर्पा इन डट आर्पा के थियो
Right? Close syntax. Close is close. No problem. Close, 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 close. I think it should be work here. Yes, yes, sir. Okay, you can add the command also. Give the semicolon and then after again system CTL enable. Okay, name. No, enable. You can give the 2 command, 3 command, multiple command. Okay, just you start your next command with the semicolon. I think I have to receive my information or my record from the where, from my master DNS server. CD var name slips. It should be here. Go restart. Wait. Oh, disable the IP tables. Okay, so what is the command to disable the firewall?
सिस्टम सीटीएल डिजेबल फायरवल डी
स्टप होला डिजेबल हैन स्टप हो कि
स्टप गर्दा पनि हुन्छ स्टप गर्दा तत्काल रोकिन्छ डिजेबल गर्यो भने चाहिँ पछि फ्युचरमा पनि रोकिन्छ
फायरवल डी सर्भिस स्ट्याटस देखाउनु
स्टप गर्दै आउनु पनि रोकिन्छ
Firewall
status
what is the SC Linux file?
disable
Disabled. Disabled. A good practice, give the restart command and check the firewall of the primary DNS server. I should disable the firewall from the primary DNS server also. Right now I have no intention, I have no purpose to work with the firewall. Let's check the status. Firewall should be dead. So dead. And 222. Why is the 222? 222. Yes, allow transfer. I want to transfer my record. I want to share my record with 222 IP address. 222 IP address should be the what? Slave DNS server. Right, Keshav?
Yes, sir.
Let's check the firewall with the status. Dead. And let's restart the DNS. Restart. Too much time restart, so showing me. There's problem to give the more time restart. So let's check CD Bahar. What is the file name? Name and cache. Oh, not slave. CD Bahar. I think it's the correct name. Okay, name slave. The slave name should be different. It could be different with this person. Slaves, CS root. Okay. It came directly, lah. Yes, sir. Right, Keshav? Where it came?
Come forward.
And direct name file, lah. Name folder. It should be come on the slave folder, but why is the mistaken? Okay, why was the mistaken? I will check the next class. But this file should come under the Bahar name and slaves. Should be appear here, but it is coming directly under this file. Okay, I cannot open this file normally because this file is only read-only permission. I am receiving this file from only read-only permission from the master. And I also try to recall the MCSE classes. And MCSE classes, okay, there was no permission to add any host from on the secondary DNS server, slave DNS server, unless and until you are not going to declare the secondary DNS server as a primary. No problem. I need to have the one more machine to test the what? My DNS server. Open. What is the VM? VM for Linux. Test demo. Rhel machine, only rhel. How to check? I have to start my server. Let me go on server. For professional practice purpose, for you, for all the guys Okay, you can do the practice with the physical machine. Okay, no problem. But here I cannot test on the physical machine. If I use my physical machine for testing for client machine, then internet will goes down and the class will interrupt. Rahul sir.
Sir.
If you guys are facing the machine problem or you have the limited resources, limited RAM and processor, and you don't have the extra machine, then you can check on the physical machine, okay, external machine. Yes, sir.
सर बुझे
But I can't do the, okay, I can't do that. Why? If okay, if I use the external machine as a testing machine, then internet goes down. Assign the IP address. What? Any IP. What? Last one is my secondary and 212 is my primary. What is the issue over here? Ping 192.168.30. Not getting the response from the 212. My switch are working now, no problem. Let me change the IP address. I hope my IP are not getting the conflict. They are not going to be conflict. 212.122. Yes, I'm reachable now. Let me check the domain name. I'm reachable, no problem. Whenever primary will go down, then you can declare, you can configure your secondary as a primary, okay? This is my secondary. Is going to forward your queries towards the what? 212. And when you want to okay, declare the primary, when you want to configure the primary, then you have to change the IP address where it gets up. Keshav,
हजुर सर
where you have to change the IP address?
त्यसलाई
It should be what? 222. And don't forward toward the what? Master. And the two zone file, forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone, you have to copy from the master. And then after, secondary can act as a primary. Any doubt, Keshav? Now, sir, Angel, anyone? You have any doubt?
No, sir.
प्र्याक्टिकल फेजमा कति गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरो हो